Self-doubt grows in isolation. Confidence thrives in community.
Educate, empower, enable, impact. Thank you for tuning in to That Will Never Work, an award-winning podcast where we share inspiring information and personal experiences related to business and the entrepreneurial journey from those who are leaders in their respective field. Now, here's your host, author and business coach, Maurice.
Hey everyone, how are you today? So, we're going to talk about being in isolation. We consider sometimes isolation as a positive thing because I don't have to deal with attitudes and people talking about me behind my back, all those type of things. But sometimes in that isolation, those fears grow. It's like a place like if you leave something alone too long or whatever it is. Just like the other day, I went into the refrigerator, and I hate to admit it, but I went to the refrigerator and there's something that I like to put on some meats and things like that called pesto. Some of y'all have heard of that. And I allowed it to sit there way too long, and it was a little moldy, right? So it was not the best thing to do. And so what happens is that sometimes if you're left alone and not bothered and not paid attention to, things can become moldy, rotten. And so you need that opportunity to speak to someone or a group of people to help build up that confidence, to say to you, to encourage you, to influence you on your journey. My wife used to tell me, Maurice, how do you expect to grow as long as you're sitting here in this office all day, every day? And so that encouraged me to, one, get up and start going to the market. Just because, just random stuff. Now, unfortunately, I would go and it would cause me to buy things that I didn't need to buy. Or same thing with going to the mall. Buying things and doing things that I don't need to do. But what I found out was that it started to encourage me to get outside, see some daylight, breathe some other air. It helped me to become a better content creator. And then from there, it started to encourage me to speak to others who are very much like-minded like myself. So now I am interviewing individuals using a software called Podmatch, a SaaS, and so those type of things that you are overcoming some of those fears, those doubts, those inconsistencies, and now I am interviewing individuals who, have dealt with very similar challenges in their lives. And I get to hear their story, and that their stories allow me to say, you know what, Maurice, you could do the exact same thing that they're doing. Maurice, you know what? You are on par of what they're accomplishing. And guess what, Maurice? Now, because you've put yourself in that situation of talking to these individuals, what can you do along your journey? Tweak it a little bit where you can finally soar, where you can stop clipping your own wings. And in isolation, we find ourselves clipping our own wings so we can't grow. We think, again, we look at movement, but what is movement? What is it really? And so when you start putting yourself in those situations around those individuals who can now help you grow. Because keep in mind, community can shape your confidence. And then once you're intentionally putting yourself, i.e., myself, into a community of individuals who are using Podmatch that's connecting me with people who can encourage, who can challenge, and who can remind you of your worth. And so those individuals reminded me of my own worth, because now I get to see I am no different than that person. I can achieve my own dreams because they might have told me I can? Or is it because I said to myself that I can? They might be able to give you the nugget. They might be able to give you that little seed, and might be able to say, hey, you know what, let's plant this a little bit. And Maurice, here's how you're going to water it. Here's how you're going to nourish it. You know, this particular one right here, this particular seed needs just a little bit of sunlight, i.e., get outside and breathe some other air, and maybe sit on some grass, and maybe walk through the mall. Maybe you need to go to the market, whatever it might be, just a little bit of sunlight. So now you can grow and you can see other things and other people, whatever it is. Now you can get over your other challenges, and maybe you can now go to summits and conferences and webinars and whatever it is that now you can put yourself in and around those individuals who are going to help nourish, help give sunlight, give a little bit of water to that seed to allow it to continue to grow. And not just grow, but grow healthy. That's the other part too, that you need to ensure that whatever that community is a healthy community. Let's not get into some of the negative talk that can help in some communities. And I say this to some family members all the time. You know what? Drama is fun. It can be, right? But is that really healthy? Is that really helping you achieve your goals and your dreams? See, and those type of things can suck the energy out of you. It can suck the energy out of a room. It can suck the energy out of your dreams and wishes, because now, just like you're talking negatively about one person, how do you know that that information is not really directed to you? Sometimes you don't know people's intention. So let's understand that, yes, as you're building this community and you're talking to this community, ensure that they are intentionally encouraging you, challenging you. Because understand also, challenges are not meant to be always negative. We can perceive it because of our negative talk. But there are some challenges that are healthy, that where someone might say, all right, so now what is your next step? That's a challenge. It's just a basic challenge. Do you understand what your next step is? Do you understand what your P&Ls are? Are you totally understanding what is your real mission? You know, who are your real customers? Are you understanding your next step? Do you understand what your processes and your systems really are? Those are things that I had to learn over a period of time. I didn't always have those type of things in place. But now that I understand the value in it, when someone starts to ask me, Maurice, what is your true trajectory? You know, what is your true forecasting? Where are your ways of benchmarking, those type of things? Now I have a system in place where I can provide them real information, not just, well, I think. So those challenges are necessary in order for you to grow, in that, in those moments of growth, again, it reminds you of your self-worth. It reminds you what you can provide and how you can now encourage the next person beside you, around you, that person that you're going to meet two days from now, that community that you're going to speak to 3 months from now, whatever it is, you can do that. So let's understand where you are and who you are at this moment, that even though you might be isolated and it feels good, but understand community is what's going to help build up that confidence and allow you to grow more efficiently and effectively. I thank you very much for listening today.
Thanks for listening. Follow Maurice Chisholm on social media to stay connected and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, that will never work. Or will it?